Hello, it's Amy. I'm back once again with the Journal of Emily Shore, the diary of a teenaged girl in the 1830s. And we are here beginning with the entry for November the 22nd, 1838. Another alteration has been made in our plans, suggested, I believe, by Arthur, and which has many great advantages. It is that Mamma should take Louisa and me to Madeira immediately, before the rest of the party. The principal reason is my health, which every week is becoming of consequence as winter draws on. The plan is an excellent one, though I confess my eyes filled when I heard it. Another parting and separation. Besides, it renders it nearly impossible now for me to expect to see dear Mary. However, the thing being settled, I sat down and wrote to tell her the state of things, and to wish her farewell if she could not come. I did not think it right to press her on her father's account. Since we go so soon, I must quickly begin my farewell letters. I must write to Miss Kenyon, to my cousins, and Lucy Cust. I never expect to see any of them again, for even if it were not our intention to settle in Madeira, I do not think I shall live to return to England. My cough seems fixed in my lungs. November 25th, Sunday. This is the last Sunday I shall spend in England. Letters this morning inform us that the David Lion, 460-ton West Indiaman, will sail from the London docks next Wednesday. As the ship unfortunately does not call off Portsmouth, we must go to town on Tuesday morning. The Mulkins kindly insist on our occupying their house at 21 Wimpole Street. November 26, Monday. The post brought me at last a franked packet from Worthing. It held a letter of introduction from Archdeacon Weber to the Reverend Cyril Page, a letter from Henry Warren to Mamma, a note from Tilla, and a closely written letter from Mary. It is a most affectionate letter, and I am quite overcome. I burst into an agony of tears. I can see her no more, now I know it, and I can hardly endure the thought. Her father has had a return of the inward bleeding, and she could not venture to leave him, or she would have come immediately on the receipt of my letter of last Monday. When dinner was over and the dessert was laid on the table, we drew round the fire and formed a grave and saddened group. Papa produced a little black bottle of 40-year-old Constantinia, and we all drank in a most melancholy manner to another such meeting in Madeira, which I believe each felt in their heart it would never be. That awful packing, it seemed as if it would never be done, and certainly it never would, for our kind friends. But for our kind friends, rather. Most of the house were up half the night. Mamma was not in bed, I believe, till long after 2. November 27th, Tuesday. I was up at 5:30 when Papa followed the servants, who came to light my fire, and asked how I was. He had actually been sitting up all night writing letters. We were too hurried to be melancholy. We had not time to let our thoughts dwell on parting. When I had swallowed some breakfast without any appetite, I went up to my room for the last time to finish my wrapping up. I looked round it, all my books and charts and prints, the same as ever. It did not seem as if I was bidding it adieu for the last time. Arthur accompanied us in the fly to Southampton to see us safely into the coach. We bid adieu for ever to Bartley Lodge, and to the lovely New Forest, which, as if in compliment to us, still retains its tinted foliage. The sudden hurried manner of departure seems to have numbed and hardened my feelings, and they would not flow. It was all the better, for instead of the agony of grief I had anticipated, I could not shed a tear. I took leave of all calmly, and though when I kissed dear Mary Ann, perhaps for the last time, the tears came into my eyes, yet they did not fall, and it was very quiet sorrow. Mary Ann's pale, sad face was the last thing I saw at the window as the fly drove off and hurried us away from the scenes we loved so much. And I know we're only 5 minutes in, but I think I'm going to leave it there for today because that is her farewell to Bartley Lodge. And when we return for the next reading, she will be in London, where they'll be stopping off on their way to their final destination. What a moving entry, though, standing in her room for the last time, saying goodbye to all these people, and knowing that she probably doesn't have long to live, and she's not going to set foot in this place or with some of these people ever again. But as I said, we'll leave it at that for today. Thank you for listening.